All right, let's do this one. James saved $44 in June. He saved 10% more in June than in May. How much money did he save in May? Okay. So in May, he saved this much. In June, he saved this much. And I can tell you exactly how much he saved. He saved $44. $44. And apparently, as far as percentages go, this is 10% more. So how much is in May? All right. Well, I know that 110% is $44. You see how I got 110%? I know that this is 100%, and that extra bit is 10%, and the whole thing from here to here is $44. So 110% is $44. Divide both sides by 110. So 1% is equal to 44 over 110. I'm going to have to do that on the side. Let's see, 44. 0 times for sure. Add an extra 0. Oh. 4 times, or 4. 0.4. So 1% is actually 0.4. So what's 100%? 40. So apparently in May, he saved $40, whereas in June, he saved $44. I think the trick to this problem is realizing that it's 110% that equals to 44, not just 10% is equal to 44. A good way to do this is to draw out the picture, and then you'll kind of see, oh, I see how these things relate to each other. All right, let's try this next problem. Mary has 180 books. She has 10% fewer books than John. How many books does John have? Okay. So the two numbers that I see is Mary has 180 books, and I see 10% fewer. Maybe one thing that you can think about this is if it's 10% fewer, it's actually she has 90%. Right? So I know that 90% is equal to 180. 90% is the same as saying 10% fewer or 10% less. Now I just go through my unitary method, and that's pretty straightforward. Divide both sides by 90. So 1% is equal to 180 over 90 is 2. So 1% is $2 or 2 books or whatever. So 100% is 200. So apparently John has 200 books. All right, let's do these last two, and then we got a review for tomorrow. All right. In a school, 40% of the teachers are male. There are 18 more female teachers than male teachers. How many teachers are there altogether? This is a really good problem. These problems are very important for you to, when you're taking an SAT or an ACT. I see these problems all the time, and students always screw them up. So make sure you get good at this stuff, okay? All right. I know that, let's draw the picture. Here's the female, here's the males. Here's the females. I know that there's 18 more females than there are males. So there's 18 more people. I know that the males is 40%. I know that the females must be 60%. What was that?
It was all the doors falling.
All right, where were we? So, what do I know? Oh, well, if this is 40% and this is 60%, then this bit right here is 20%. As far as percentages go. So I know a relation. I know that 20% equals 18. Alright, well, as soon as I have that, I'm able to go with that unitary method now. 1% is 18 divided by 20. Let's see if I can do that in my head. You won't be able to do that in your head. You'll have to use long division, but after you use long division, you'll find out that you'll get the same answer. 18 divided by 20 is 0.9, I think, yeah. 0.9. So 100% is 90. Let's see. If that's 90, then here's what my numbers would be. If 90 teachers is all together, then there would be, how many males would there be? There would be 36 males and 54 females. Does that numbers all work out? All right. 36 males and 54 females. If I add those up, 54 and 36, that would be 0 here and 1 here. 90. Oh. Yeah, which 36 plus 54 is 90. Also, what is 54 minus 36? Well, that would be, borrow 1 from here, do that, drop this down. 14 minus 6 is 8, 4 minus 3 is 1, 18. Ah! Good, so my answer is 90, and I'm pretty confident about that. Alright, let's do another one. Last one. At a parking lot, 80% of the spaces are for cars, 8% are for buses, and the rest are for motorcycles. Okay. If there are 24 spaces for motorcycles, how many spaces are there for buses? All right. So I know that 80% is cars. The bus is 8%. And the rest is for motorcycles. So that means motorcycles must have 12% of them. Because 80 plus 8 plus 12 is 100% altogether. Well, that makes sense. All right, so I know that 12% is equal to 24, because that's what the problem said. I divide both sides by 12. 1% is equal to 2. So in this case, I'm not looking for 100%. What I'm looking for is the buses. The buses is only 8%. So how do I make this 1% into an 8? Well, very simple. I multiply both sides by 8. On the left side, you get 8%. On the right side, you get 16. So the answer is there's 16 spaces for the buses. If you wanted to figure out how many percent or how many spaces are left for cars, you would multiply 2 times 80, which would be 160 in this case. Does that make sense? All right, cool.